So imagine you're trying to get cash out of an ATM, and they have a 1-888 number, but the problem is they have limited hours, and they only work from Monday through Friday. It's a Wednesday today. And this is what you get. So they said it has to be taken on the blockchain, and you can redeem your money. By the way, I don't even know what I'm getting yet, because it's just a mess. So what do I do at this point? I already waited an hour. I saw some people talking to themselves, having a conversation with themselves, probably shitting on the pavement. This is the best company so far. I won't say their name because I'll probably eventually get cash out of it. But when you call their 1-888 number, they don't tell you that they have limited hours. And yeah, you gave them $600, but they'll get back to you. And then we'll deduct the amount we decide. Some of them are posted, some of them aren't. So I'm gonna.
Thank you for calling Rocket Coin.
There we go.
Customer service hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can text us at 1-888-702.
So I'm just gonna cut that off, because I'm probably gonna cut out that company, because I don't want to be derogatory towards them if they're gonna do what, it's just a harder system. You got to be prepared for, maybe you won't get your money when you need money, because you got to go pay some bills in the real world, and you didn't add the right amount, although they won't tell you what amount that is. Like the Hilt company that has add $20 to try to bring down this mysterious number that nobody knows what it is, because they won't put it in dollar amounts. They won't show you the denominations of what that is, so you can pay it and get paid. So, I mean, this is what you get when you deal with cryptocurrency, but I like it. It's kind of fun. There's ways of being able to get it out, through the computer and redemption codes, but I'm just starting. And nobody really knows how it works. That's why I'm making these, because it'll be more relevant once I learn how to, all the ins and outs. I've learned how to transfer it, learn how to use their apps, learn how to switch currencies, learn how to swap Bitcoin for Ethereum and Ethereum for Bitcoin and vice versa, and all the other things they have out there. I thought I was making money on Chainlink because it got up to 490, and then all of a sudden we had the bird flu. We got to shut down economies. We got to tank jobs. We got to make sure the dollar just gets destroyed, because there's a cold out there. It's a flu. It's an epidemic. People are coughing. That just makes all the sense in the world. Because like George Carlin said, they're part of a big club, and you're not in it. Congratulations, America. There's some big, fat, chunky, cigar smoking, superior to you, or at least they say, or they think, or they could care less about you, and then they wonder why you're running from their banks. I owned a company, I still do, but I was at the top of their advertisement. There was a new advertisement. It was the Angie's List. I had 1,000 reviews or more on there. Nobody could catch up with me. And then somebody called me on the phone one day and said, "Hey, you want to come and meet with us?" I didn't want to meet with them because I knew who they were. They said, "No, you come, we'll teach you how to do the financing. We'll You'll have to rip off old ladies for their retirement funds." I know that's not politically correct, but I like old ladies. I like to help them. but they don't like to help old ladies. They like to rip them off. And I said, oh, I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm not going to do what these other companies do, walk into their houses, tell them lies, because that's wasn't what I was taught. But now that is the new economy. Hey, can you rip that person off? That's good. You're a good businessman. Yeah, they didn't even need it, and I just ripped them off. It was delightful. Now I'm going to go to the strip bar. Yeah, I don't know how long that lady worked for that money. Yeah, that's going to be $10,000, ma'am. And in reality, it should only cost $6,000. So I'm not going to I didn't tell you what my industry is, but it's open for messing with. They have a sliding scale. You can make what you want, especially if you're dishonest. That's the best thing. And then you'll rise to the top. And everybody will look at you because you have all this money and shiny vans and everybody loves you. And you're actually the worst type of person ever. And you never want them coming to your house because they're going to rob you. It might be that they just need to touch something, turn a switch, and oh yeah, this occasionally happens, and it would be like an $80 charge, but you ended up spending $10,000. $10,000 of your money that you have to put on a credit card that's not worth anything. And rent in LA for an apartment is $4,000 a month. Problem is we forgot that, you know, money should be backed by something. And then if you go into a business, oh well, the manufacturer recommends we screw you over by doing this also, and this and this and this. And then these companies have great businesses. They grow huge. And then people look at those businesses and say, hey, I want to grow huge too. What do I got to do? Well, start with the manufacturer recommends, because these are people don't know. They're hiring you because you're a professional. And you can recommend anything you want. So they call you into their house and you think, oh, they're trustworthy. Yeah, they got a nice fancy shirt. Look at that truck. I mean, it's shiny and bright. I see their advertisements all over the place. And they're the biggest criminals in town. They're all like, yeah, you wouldn't believe what I've seen. And I know it's everywhere. People say, oh no, because that's Vegas. Well, then I hear, what'd you pay for your stuff that the industry, to not be mentioned right now, might tell you later. But, you know, hey, so, and then they go, well, I forgot what I was talking. Mine just brain skipped because I got totally into that picture. There was an 80-year-old lady. I went to her house. 3 contractors had been there. They gave her a quote, like, that'll be $10,000. That'll be, yeah, we'll give you the deluxe model for $15,000. You know, I'm just making up numbers because I don't know what they are, but there's a lot of scammery. And then I give her a quote, but I say, hey, you know, but I couldn't do it until it was slow or something like that, because they took my business a long time ago when I wouldn't cooperate, when I wouldn't rip people off, when I wouldn't let them show me the way to run it. Because I know their way involved inflated dollars that aren't worth anything. And every time you advertise, the price goes up, you know, on the computer. Oh yeah. It'll only cost you, you know, like $2,500 to advertise on Yelp. You know how many ripping off things you have to do that for just a month? You got to make your money back, but then on top of it, you have to make a profit. So what are you going to do when you go into somebody's house that you've spent all this money for, and you gotta rip them off, and they don't even know? And that's the benefit of my industry, because they don't know. And so if I had no morals, all I would have to do is say, hey lady, I know it took you like 20 years to save up $10,000. You know, times are tough. And I know you got retirement and everything, but you know, this is your cushion to go see your kids. But I gotta go to a stripper bar, and you want something fixed, and you don't know any better. I could fix it for fucking $80, but you know what? You need a new you need something. So she needed it anyway. I can make these things run forever, most of them. But that's not what the economy's about. You got to go make your millions and rip people off, and then you can retire good. You know what? You're going to be old too, and then you're going to have somebody come and fucking talk to you and give you something that you don't need. But you don't think that far ahead. You think you're a businessman and what I do is good. What you do is shit. Fuck. Alright. Cacack, cacack. 256.